beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're talking about some brand new little eyeshadow quads from ColourPop Cosmetics. I'm not going to do a tutorial with these. They're all pretty basic colors, and because they're so small, I think that you're not really going to need a whole lot of inspiration to use them. But I am going to do a bunch of swatches. We're going to do comparisons. We're going to look up close at each one of these. There are 6 different little palettes in this collection. So let's jump straight into the product info. These little quads are launching on Thursday, April 15th. The prices have not been officially announced yet, but as soon as I figure out confirmation from ColourPop, I will update the info in the description box for you. All 6 palettes have the exact same outer packaging, just the shades are different and the boxes are different colors. They do have a very satisfying snap closed closure. This is very different. It's very new packaging for ColourPop with the little clear plastic outer packaging. Of course, there's no mirror and it's not magnetic. It's not a locking clasp closure. It feels like the hinge in the lid is what allows it to snap closed and hold closed. So we'll see how this holds up to the test of time. Each palette is laid out in the same way with 2 shimmer shades on the top row and then 2 matte shades on the bottom row. You've probably noticed when you look at the shade labels on the back that each one of these quads does have the little asterisk that says not intended for use in the immediate eye area. This is likely an eye safety warning due to the pigments inside because none of these are pressed glitters. I have a big segment in my wine and only palette video where I talk about what these pigment warnings are, why they're there, and how you can test to see if these shades will be safe for you to use around your eyes. So instead of going into that info in every single video, I'm going to refer you to check out that wine collection video, and especially if you're curious about these specific warnings because these are not glitters, these are shades that can be patch tested. I encourage you to check that out. I always encourage you to use caution because your eyeballs are so precious and your sight is precious, and I want you to be safe and happy and healthy when you have sparkly eyelids. So the next question I'm sure a lot of you are going to have, I don't think that these are magnetic. I haven't tried to remove mine because I'm afraid that I will destroy my shadows since there's no give in this plastic packaging, but I do not think these are magnetic. They're definitely not interchangeable with the other square pans. I should have held them up in the video. I'm so sorry I didn't think of that until now, but I did compare these to the square pans in Fade into Hue and in the Sandstone palette, and these pans are significantly noticeably larger in the quads as compared to the other square pans and other palettes. So at this point, even if they are removable and magnetic, they're only interchangeable amongst these little quads. They could not be swapped out with the other square pan palettes. We've just been getting a whole bunch of different shapes and sizes in our pans from ColourPop lately, haven't we? What's up with that? Anyway, back to my face now, I guess. Now I'm going to show you the swatches of all of these palettes. As usual, I'm going to be doing both finger and brush swatches. All the swatches are done on the inside of my arm with no primer down first, just the shadows straight onto my skin. The finger swatches are pictured on top, and then each corresponding brush swatch is directly below. As always, for my brush swatches, I'll be using my e.l.f. flat eyeshadow brush, and I'll clean the brush off in between each shade using my Veramona color switch. That way there's no shadow transfer between swatches. I did decide to swatch these in pairs because they're smaller palettes and some of the shades I thought were kind of similar. I wanted you to see these little quads side by side. I will be showing you these 2 at a time. So let's take a look at those swatches now. I did want to show you a few comparisons here. I think these are really useful. I know a lot of you have said the same thing. I always like to try to do some really good comparisons for you. These are very neutral palettes, so I could have done 100 comparisons. I still wouldn't have covered everything that was worth comparing. So I just did a handful for this video, the things that I thought were the best comparisons and what I anticipate will be most requested. But keep an eye on Makeup.Just.For.Fun on Instagram. I'm going to do some comparison requests for these on my Instagram stories. That way, if there was a comparison that you really wanted to see that wasn't in this video, then I can handle those over on Instagram. And I'll do my best to cover as many of those as I possibly can. So let's take a look at the comparisons now. Okay, I have mixed feelings about these. I think this is a really good idea. I just don't love all of the color combos. I wish that instead of 6 very neutral, kind of basic palettes, that they had done like 3 neutrals and then 3 really fun, colorful ones. I think the formula on these is really nice. I love the idea of 2 shimmers and 2 mattes. Really small curated palettes are a great idea. They're useful for everyone. They're very user-friendly for everyone. I like the idea. I just don't love the shade. I wish that they had pushed the shade selection a little bit. I'm not mad at neutrals. I like neutral shades. I like to wear neutrals. I think a lot of people like to wear neutrals. I just wish that there had been a little bit more variety. The only other downside, aside from the shade selection, the other downside for me is that these shimmer shades, they're so soft. They swatch beautifully, they apply beautifully. Stunning formula, but almost every single one of mine had one or both of the shimmer shades cracked when they arrived to me, and that's likely just because they are a very soft, buttery, yummy formula, much like the Super Shock shadows that break a lot in transit. I just feel like from a review standpoint, because 5 of my 6 had 1 or 2 kind of cracked shadows, and as you could see from the close-ups, I could easily just push them back in and it was fine. That type of thing does not bother me. I don't mind just repressing a shadow. But I know not everybody feels that way. You may feel like, hey, I spent my money on this thing and I want it to arrive perfectly, and I totally understand that, totally respect that, and I feel like I have to warn you that there may be a risk of that because so many of mine were kind of cracked or popped out a little bit. So from a review standpoint, I feel like I need to let you know that. All the mattes were perfectly fine, just some of these really soft shimmers was a rough ride for some of them. Who knows, maybe they've sorted that out, because when mine arrived, I let the brand know. So, you know, maybe they did something to prevent that. I hope they did. I really hope to see this format continue, just with maybe a little bit more exciting color selection, especially for a little 4-pan palette. It's a great way to experiment with color without committing to a whole big, super expensive palette. So I hope that the future brings us that option from these little ColourPop quads, because they're cute, they're good formula, I like them, I want to love them, but for me it's just it's a little flat shade wise. That's just one girl's opinion though. These might be the perfect shade for you, and I hope that's true, and I hope if that's the case that you can get one and that you love it. It's just, for me, it's a little lackluster. Now's the time when I want to hear what you think about these little eyeshadow quads. Are you interested? Is this something that you'll be picking up? Which shade is your favorite? I always love to know what you think about things too, even if we don't have the same opinion. That's okay. I actually think that's really cool. And I'm glad that we're here to discuss that peacefully. So thank you so much for watching. Truly appreciate you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! What? Huh? Wow. Wow. Okay. Brush off in between each shade. Oh no. Another chunk of my brush fell off. I'm a mess. Okay, it's fine. It's caffeinate. We need to caffeinate. Is it weird that I'm really excited to go check on my Animal Crossing island later? I don't care if it's weird. I'm an adult. It's fine. We were all rooting for you. I did a disclaimer in one of my palette ranking videos, and I said, just because I don't like your favorite palette doesn't mean I don't like you. That statement got a lot of comments on that video. It's somebody was like, oh, do we really need this disclaimer? It's like, yes. Have you not read comments ever? We absolutely need that disclaimer. Even though I said that, I still got people upset in the comments. It's just like, you know, it doesn't harm us to like different things. I feel like that's totally fine. I actually enjoy that humans have a diverse range of needs and wants, and am I alone here? Am I alone in that? Oh. I want you to like whatever you want, and I want you to enjoy it. Just if I don't enjoy it, that doesn't mean that it shouldn't exist. It just means you should have it, and I will pass. That's all. Is that so weird? This is like it reminds me of the pineapple on pizza thing. Why do you care what other people put on their pizza? You don't have to eat it. Just let them live. Just let me live. I like pineapple on my pizza, okay? It's fine. I'm not gonna force you to eat it. You can have whatever you want. I don't know. Maybe you're one of those weird people that likes olives on your pizza. I don't like olives on my pizza, but I'm not gonna tell you you can't have it. Enjoy your olives, girl. Have a good day. Enjoy your pizza. Wow, this really devolved quickly, didn't it? It did. Okay, apologies for that. Either way, whatever you like on your pizza or your eyelids, I love your face, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope you know that I enjoy you. Okay, I love your face. Okay, bye.